everybody, it's AuntDi here, and it is such a beautiful day. I decided to do this intro outside on my back deck. Yes, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, the trees are coming alive, the plants are all blooming, and it's just beautiful out. It's about time. What are we going to cover today? Cake toppers. Yes, those signs that say happy birthday, usually with a number, sometimes with a name. You could do them with anything. I am going to show you the steps that you need to do in Design Space to make one for yourself. So please, remember to subscribe to my channel, and this way when all the new videos come out, you will be notified. I tend to try to do a video a week, and sometimes I can do more. It just all depends on what I have going on. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. That helps me also. I would also love to hear from you. Please leave us something in the comments section, suggestions for future videos, just to say hi, whatever it is. Anyways, guys, let's get crafting, let's have fun, and enjoy. Happy crafting. Being Mother's Day weekend also, we are going to have the family and friends over, so I thought it would be nice to surprise her with a birthday cake. Well, what does a birthday cake need? But a top, a birthday cake topper, a banner, whatever people call them. You know, the happy birthday, whatever person. So I'm going to show you here how to put one together. The first thing we need to do is just go into our text, and what are we going to write? I'm just going to write, let me get this moved, happy birthday, and I think I'm going to go below it and go staff, and I think separately I'm going to do, and if I'm not mistaken, this is horrible, but I'm going to do 26, because if I'm not mistaken, that's how old she is. So let me just get things moved here. So this is what we have. Well, if we were to do this, nothing would stay together. It would just all fall apart. Yeah, so we need to do some work here. First thing I'm going to do is I am going to do an alignment. I want that centered. Now we need to spend some time going through fonts. There's a lot of fonts. I have a lot of fonts. You need to find a font that you can get everything attached. So let's see if this font will work a bit. And it would work actually quite good, and I think this just might be the font I use. So what we need to do is we need to ungroup. You could sit here and use your line spacing up here and just start clicking down, because as you see, when I click down, it comes closer together. So let's just do that for a few shots and see how close we can get our letters, because these letters all need to be welded since it's a written font. Anytime you come across a font that is a written font, or I think of it as, think of yourself with a pen and piece of paper. When you print, your letters don't touch. When you write, your letters touch. So if it is a font that is meant to be a written font, your letters need to touch. That is as good as I can get it without it starting to go over. But I have a lot of letters that still need to come in closer. So I'm going to make this a lot bigger. And I'm going to ungroup it. So now I can start placing letters. Now every letter has to be touching another letter in order for this to work. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move this H so that I am using this line here as a guide to keep things straight. And I'm going to bring this A down, and I'm going to touch the H. See that? It's touching. And I'm going to bring the P, and I'm going to do the same thing. And at the same time, I'm lining it up on my guideline. Just like so. Then you would bring in that whole word, so put a box around all of the word happy and go to weld. Everything has welded. If you happen to have put the letters too close together, typically you will be able to tell because it will fill in these spaces. So my happy is done. Let's go over to birthday. That's touching. I don't like how my R is matched up. So let's do this again. First of all, let's bring that down so this piece here is matching up with my line. Whatever font you do, make sure that you have sort of a guide there to keep it nice and straight. There's my birthday. People are quite intimidated by these, but it's really simple. As long as you remember the main thing is to make sure everything touches something, because it's relying on that to support itself, because you need it all cut out as one piece. You can't have it in pieces. It's down just a bit too low. That's better. Check, it looks good. I don't want that. I'll select it so that just the birthday is selected, and I'm going to weld. And everything came up good. Now my next one is my niece's name, Steph. So once again, I'm going to bring this down so this part here touches my line. That's going to be my goal. Get the T so that it just touches I think. Might change that. Yeah, gotta lift the T up. It's a little off. There. Perfect. Perfect. And gotcha. So once again, select the word you just did and weld it. Looking good. So I'm going to go back out. Now that our words are welded, we got to put them together, because if once again, if we were just to do it like this, then we'd have 3 separate signs plus 4 if you want them, 5, sorry, because each of these numbers are not attached yet. So we got to figure out how we're going to do this. We could do it so that it's just one big thing like that and like that, but that looks silly. So let's see how we're going to lay this out. I think I'm going to put happy like that. And then I'm going to put Steph down like that. Do you see how I'm doing that? I'll bring it in. I am making sure that each of these words are touching, that something here is attached. because they're going to rely on each other. Okay, and I'm going to put the number here when I do this. So now I got to find something for the number. See how quick this has been? It's been easy. It's been fast. Let me just scroll down quickly. Really, willy-nilly. Not too sure what I'm going to find or pick. And I'll pick this one. See what happens. Now I want the 26 to be really big, and I don't like that font. So let's get another font. Oh, the weather's going to be beautiful here today. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. And still not fussy on that font. No. Definitely not. I am a font hoarder, I guess you can call. As you can see, I'm still scrolling. Been scrolling for a few moments, and I'm still in A's. I also have a ton of fonts that I haven't even unzipped and loaded into my machine yet. No. This is the worst, is trying to figure out what you want. Oops, sorry. I hit the microphone with my coffee. Now that's sort of interesting. No, I don't like. Mm-mm. Nope, don't like. I don't want to pay for my font because I have so many here. That's a good one. I like that. So now I got my font. I need to ungroup it because I need to place it. So the 2, I'm going to have it so it touches, oh, there. Let's make it just a little bigger. There. So I've got the 2 touching here with the Y. It's touching here at the H, and it's going to be touching here at the D. How tall did I make that 2? Because I got to make the 6 the same. So let's just copy the height of the 2 and place it in the height of the 6. Now, the 26, that's going to be more difficult because I have nothing high to do it on. So I guess it's going to be like that. I'm not fussy with that. Let me first select everything and bring it down just a little bit more on my screen. I don't like.
So I think, I don't know what I'm going to do. I want the number. So if I attach it, it doesn't look right there. So I'm going to move the 2. I think that's my problem. And something else I do want is just a simple TH. Weld those together. Oh, I like that. So I put that together and I'm going to weld it. That needs to all be welded together. I didn't do it already. Make it bigger. Oh, I don't mind that. That's looking pretty good. Now, you notice, and some are probably going to be wondering what happens with the eye. Well, the eye is just free floating. But I'll show you what to do to get that so it's not, and it's not so noticeable. So let's group everything together, since we like, and we're going to weld it. Now, this is going to be, a fair size cake, but I don't think I need it 12 inches wide or long. That's going to be quite the size. But I am going to make it fairly big. I want the whole thing to be 7 inches, I think, wide, long, or whatever you call it, wide. So we're going to change this. I'm going to keep it locked for now. Change that to 7. And then it becomes only 3.5 inches high. That's not, oh, yeah, I'd rather it be about 5 inches high, or so I think. So what would happen if I put this at 5 without locking it? If I do that at 5, this becomes 10. 10 is quite big for my cake. She'll be able to see it, that's for sure. I don't want 10. So what am I going to do? I'm just going to unlock. Put this back to 7. And there you go. So that is going to be our cake topper. We push make it, and what do we use? Well, you could use chipboard, you could use cardboard, you could use a cereal box. Oh, I can't even think of the name, poster board. You could use that. You just need a couple of layers depending on what you're using for stability. Really, I'm just going to pause here and go look and see what I have. And if I can't find anything, I will go in the kitchen and look for a box that I can use. So I'm just going to pause it here and we will be back with more. So I've chosen, hopefully you can hear me, I'm going to do a layer of poster board. I just had this floral one, so I'm going to just do that. I might do a layer of this thinner poster board, and I'm also going to be using the metallics poster board from Cricut I have here. I don't know which one I'm going to use, but I'm going to use one of these and see how sturdy those 3 layers are. I thought I had the videotape going, but I didn't. What I have done is I cut out 2 layers of the Cricut Pearl poster board, and I just did 1 simple layer of some cheap poster board I had from the dollar store. And then I have glued 2 layers together with just simple white glue. I've now got my sticks in place, and to hold them today I've used Weld just to give them a little extra oomph. I'm letting that dry, and then as soon as that dries we'll put the last layer on. So just hold on. Okay, so this looks dry enough to put the last layer on. So let me get this cord out of the way. There. So that's what it's looking like. Obviously I'm going to want to cut my stakes down, but that's how it's going to look. Some people like to use glitter paper. I didn't have any. You could cover the whole thing in glue and then glitter it. You would need to do a couple of layers, and for the glitter to not then come off, you would need to seal it, a Mod Podge or something. I've done that, and it does give a really weird feeling to the paper. It almost makes it feel now like it's plastic. Also, not having the colored glitter vinyl or whatever color that I want, I've also used vinyl on top and use that to give it its final look. So we're just gluing once again every spot. This is exactly what you do for every layer. Make sure, and this is what we did or I did when I thought I was videotaping it for the first layer. For those that also didn't catch it, which I did show, this Weld is what I used to glue my sticks on. I've used just the plain white glue before too, but I just find, I don't really know what I find, usually. I just guess I just wanted to make sure it had a little extra oomph. Okay, so I think I've got that nice and covered with lots and lots of glue. I am going to put, let me get my lid, a little bit of the Weld on. I'm going to put it on the sticks itself. If you don't have these sticks, I've got a whole bunch of different sizes that you can get from the dollar store, truthfully. That's where I think I found most of them. This has gunk in it that has dried and is giving me a real hard time. But anyways, what I was getting at is you could use depending on the size of your font. You could use a straw. You could use the sticks that you can buy at oops. Wow, that just popped right open, didn't it? Holy moly, that blew up. I am not removing that from this video because that was hilarious. Oh my god, I got it everywhere. If I decide to have a bloopers video, I need to do that. Oh, I gotta get it off my floor. What happened was, because it is obviously sealed down here on me, it has, the force of it popped it through the seam. So there's now a break in my seam. And glue everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. I'm going to have to save that and do a bloopers video. So I've got my bag. And you're just going to line it up the best you can. And the best you can sort of needs to be perfect. This time, I'm going to get my trusty clothespins. So when I do have it lined up perfectly, I will clothespin it so it doesn't move. Ah, that was comical. Absolutely hilarious. I need to take that chance, that little hair going on. So I'll just do there. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to go at it this way just to make sure that that T adheres down onto that. And because this is now raised on the second layer, you sort of do need to pinch the middle of the word together also. So we'll just pinch it together with another clothespin. Gonna have to pinch it together on this side, because if not, it doesn't attach because of the pin, because of the rod, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to put another clamp in it right there. So I'll hold all that down. So everything else, I think, is going to be pretty much in position. So you're just going to go around and give it a push down. And give everything a nice little downer there. And there, even though it's got all the pins in it, is our finished cake topper. And now you just have to stay back and allow it time to dry. Once it dries, I will take some pictures so that you'll be able to see this, our finished item. I don't think I'm going to, actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to add some bling to this in a couple of spots, like probably at least definitely on the circle for the eye. I'll do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Since I'm not doing this as a glittered one, I will do this, and I'll put one on the back too. Oh, it stuck to my finger, which has glue in them. These stupid nails. What I do for my children. There. Still might do something for the 26. As you can see also, there's a few smears of glue. If that happens, especially on this metallic Cricut paper, you should be able to rub it off if you have a glue eraser, or with very, very damp, you can see it's coming off. A little bit of dampness on my finger, and give it a light rub, and it's coming off. So you do want to go around and make sure that you don't have glue showing on the proper sides, because you want it to look nice. So anyways, I will, or now we need to let this dry, guys, and then we will take some photographs, and I guess we're done another craft. So happy crafting, guys.